Good morning, you guys. Good morning, and welcome to the morning pour. Y'all come in the room. Come in the room. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clearly. It is Monday morning, and y'all know how we do this thing. We've been in this thing almost officially a month. I think it has been a month, right? Going into a month and a half. So on this morning, you guys, it is Monday. And so Monday is Motivational Monday. Thank God it's Monday. It is an opportunity for us to start off fresh, okay? So I woke up with a word in my spirit. But before I get started, you guys, let's take care of business. As you come in the room, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Also, let me know what you are thankful and grateful for. If you see me looking over here and then see me glancing over here, I am on multiple platforms. And so that's why you see me looking in two different places. Good morning, GM518 Kelly. Thank you so much for joining. And so drop in where you're tuning in from and what you are thankful and grateful for. Okay, so my name is Cheryl Mazik, if you guys are new to the platform, and I help women to heal from the inside out with workbooks, online courses, events, amazing health and wellness products, all natural supplements, community, and challenges, you guys. And so I help them to become the best version of themselves, all right? And so if you want any information of how you can actually start to take the time to pour into yourself, right? Because you can't give from an empty cup. And become the best version of you, I would love to help you guys. You can click the link in my bio, or you can click the link in the description. Also, we do have, thank you so much for that on TikTok. Whoever just sent roses, Sums Mom, thank you so much for sending roses. I greatly appreciate you. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Ellsworth. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Sons Mom. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And so our new challenge starts in October. It is a challenge where we actually go through all of the different things that I personally do, right, to become the best version of myself, to fill my cup first. As women, as mothers, as caregivers, as leaders, we pour into everybody else and we leave ourselves to the back burner, okay? So leaving out of 2024, as we preparing, 2025, as we're preparing to go into 2026, you guys, I want us to really get into a routine of pouring into ourselves first before we pour into those that we're called to pour into. We cannot give from a place of depletion. We can only give from a place of overflow, okay? If you would like to join their free challenge, you can go to Advantage, ABVANTAGE.net/home, HOME. And you can join that challenge absolutely free, or you can click the link in my bio and say join. It's probably still going to say September challenge because I forgot to change that. It's going to say that, but join the new challenge, right? So October's challenge, all right? So that's all the logistics. So let's get into the topic for today. So when I woke up this morning, in my spirit, immediately the message was start with where you are, okay? Start with where you are. You know, sometimes when we have so many different things that we need to do, right? We be overwhelmed on what I need to do, where I need to start. Example, I have a lot of things that I need to get done for my business. At this moment, I am a one-woman show when it comes to my business, right? I am the digital marketer. I am the person that's behind the scenes with the emails. I do the social media. I do everything for my business, right? For my brand. I'm the salesperson. I'm the customer service rep. I am the shipper. I do it all for myself, right? And so I have a lot of back end stuff that I need to do. Good morning, Lazy. Life Libby. I know I pronounced that wrong. Life Easy, baby. Danny, Miss Blessings, PP, Rara, all you guys, thank you so much for joining. And so, you know, I have a lot of things on the back end that I need to do for my business. And so I have an event that's coming up in November. And so for the event to be actually, for me to get the sales and all of the things to sell the tickets for the event, I had to create a landing page for the event, right? Just remember, I do everything. Wear all the hats when it comes to my business as of right now. And so that took longer than what I intended for it to take, right? And so I wasn't able to do all of the other things that I had on my list, because I have a long list of things that I need to do on the back end so that things can run smoothly for the week, okay? And sometimes when you have a lot of things on your plate, you can feel overwhelmed. And you can feel like you need this or you need that before you can even get started with this, okay? And so I was able to complete that website. So yesterday, right? I didn't even get a chance to do anything that I had on my list to do because I had other things that came precedent over what I needed to do. But today is a brand new day. Okay. And I'm going to start where I am. And I want you guys to start where you are. You know, sometimes like when God gives you an assignment and you like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Sometimes we just got to stop overthinking it and just do it. Right. Sometimes we may be in a rock in a hard place and trying to figure things out. But when you truly take some time to get quiet and talk to God, he will give you everything that you need to be able to complete the assignment. And so as that came in my spirit to start where you are, you know, the story about the old widow came in my spirit as well. And so the widow's olive oil, that story. And so I'm going to read the Bible, just in case you guys haven't heard the story. I'm going to be reading from 2 Kings chapter 4, 1 through 7. And it's going to tell you guys what it means to start where you are and also to use what you have in your hands. Good morning, Marquita. How are you, beautiful sis? To use what you have in your hands and stop overthinking it, right? So here we go. So it says, the wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elijah, your servant, my husband, is dead. And you now that he revered the Lord, but now his creditors is coming to take my two boys as his slaves. Elijah replied to her, how can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house? Your servant has nothing there at all, she said, except a small jar of olive oil. Elijah said, go around and ask your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour olive into all the jars and until each is filled. Put it to one side. She left him and shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her and she kept pouring. When all the jars were full, she said to her sons, bring me another one. But he replied, there is not a jar left. Then the oil stopped flowing. She went and told the man, God, and he said, go, sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left. Okay? And so in this story, her husband died, right? And he had debt. And so she had nothing. She had no money. She had nothing but olive oil. That's what she had in her hands. And so Elijah is a prophet. And so the prophet was in the area, and the prophet gave her instructions on what to do. He said, go ask your neighbors for some oil, can I not get tongue twisted this morning? For some glass jars, right? And so that's what she did. She went and asked the neighbors for some jars. And so she got all the jars that she can get from the neighbors. And so the olive oil that she had, it wasn't a lot what she originally had, okay? But because she had faith, because she took the instructions of the prophet, she used the jars from the neighbors to keep the olive oil right in the jars. So she went to pour the olive oil and she filled all of the jars. She still had more olive oil coming, but she didn't have enough jars. But she had enough oil from the jars, from the olive oil being poured into the jars, to pay off her debt and to live because she used what she had in her hands. She took the opportunity to use what she had in her hands. She didn't overthink it. She used it. She got the instructions and she went to work. That's what we have to do in our life, y'all. Sometimes we just have to get instructions from our Creator, right? Stop trying to, do everything perfect. Stop trying to figure everything out and just do it. Believe that that thing is going to work out. Believe that you're going to be able to create whatever it is that God has told you to create, to complete whatever it is that God has told you to complete. So being that this is Monday, think about what it is that you have in your hands that you're not using, that you're not doing, right? And get to work. Stop overthinking it. Even for myself, y'all, I've been stop overthinking it. Like I told y'all, it's been almost 2 months now. Well, I made a decision that I am going to move forth in all things that God has told me to do. I'm not going to play around with this thing that I have, which is called life. The same thing that you have, which is called life, right? I'm not going to play around with my purpose anymore. I'm going to do it no matter what it looks like, right? Even if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to figure that thing out. Even if nobody supports me, I'm going to do it until those that are called to me, right, supports me. Even if I got to do it alone, right? Even if I don't have the people in my business or the people as customers, if they're not here now, right? I'm going to keep doing what God has told me to do until they come. But I'm not going to sit still. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move forward, and I'm not going to move forward like the tortoise, right? Like the tortoise. I'm going to go like the hare. I'm going to move with speed. And I'm going to thank God in the process. And I'm going to use what's in my hands. And just like the lady, sometimes when you're trying to figure things out, sometimes you can't figure it out on your own. She needed the help of somebody else just to figure out strategy. Sometimes that's us. Like sometimes we need help to figure out strategy. If you've never done something before, sometimes you do need that extra help. I believe in mentorship. I believe in coaches. Because it helps shorten your learning curve in whatever that thing is that you're trying to do. I believe because I have done that. I have invested so much money into coaches, into programs, into guidance books, right? Into workbooks, into courses, because I want to be able to be the best at whatever it is that God has placed in my hands to do. What has God placed in your hands to do that you're not doing? Is it a book that you're not creating? Is it a business that you're not starting? Is it a business that you already have that you're not working to the full capacity? Because, hey, that was me. I had my business, but I wasn't working it to the full capacity. I was just playing around with that thing like it's a hobby and making hobby money until I decided to turn it into a true business that it is. And really be able to impact to the fullest that I can impact with my business, with what God has placed in my hands. And so I want to encourage you guys, as you start the brand new week, don't be so frustrated and focus on all of the things that you have before you. Because like I said, I have a whole list of things that I need to get done. They will get done. And that's before October 1st. I even have some goals on my list that I haven't even accomplished yet for the month of October. I'm sorry, not October. For the month of September, going into October, that I haven't accomplished yet. I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to still push forward to meet that goal because I can. Like one of my goals, you guys, I have a YouTube channel where I'm like 120 people short of the 1,000 people, subscribers that you need for monetization. I'm going to reach that goal, y'all. I don't know how, but I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to reach that goal, okay? For TikTok, I think I'm at the halfway mark. So I wanted to be at the 5,000 mark by the end of September. I think I'm like at 2,600 or something like that. On TikTok, I will get there. but I can't give up. I got to keep pushing. That's what happens to us, y'all. We like to give up so quick on stuff. We like to throw in the towel when we don't see the thing happening that we want to happen at the moment that we want it to happen in. We like to throw in the towel. This is not the season to throw in the towel. This is a season to ask God for that lifeline. Like, God, I need you. I need your help. I need some strategy. I need some assistance so that I can move forth. I need the strength. I need the patience. I need the time capacity. I need the organization. Tell God what you need. And he will help you in those areas. See, the problem is we only want to call on God when we need petty stuff. Like, God, I need you to do this for me now. And I mean right now. We treat God like he's a genie, and he's not a genie. God just really wants us to have a relationship with him. He wants us to obey him, true obedience, right? He wants us to surrender to him. And I know all these things sound simple because it is simple, but sometimes we make it harder than what it is because we want to get in the way and we want to do our own thing and not truly submit to God. But those things really help you to really be able to be successful in those areas that you desire to be successful in. So if you feel like you've missed the bar in certain areas, tap into having a relationship with your creator, with God. We believe in Jesus over here. We believe in Yahweh, Yeshua, right? We believe in the kingdom of God. And so tap in to him. If you feel lost, if you feel like you're overwhelmed, if you feel like you need strategy, incorporate him. Good morning, JoJo. Good morning, Caleb. Good morning, Elena. Good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you feel like you need strategy, right, on how to do something, God will give you strategy, but he wants to be a part of everything that you do. Like he want to partner with you. I'm just talking about getting started where you are for this live on this morning. So my name is Cheryl Mazik, and I help to pour into those that need to be poured into Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's just a word of encouragement. It's a word of moving forward. It is a word of helping you to get from being stuck to doing what God has called you to do and operating in purpose. So that is what this live is about. That is what my channel is about. I help women to heal from the inside out with workbooks, online courses, events, and amazing health and wellness products. I also help women to learn how to make an additional stream of income. I help men too, but my calling right now is women to make an additional stream of income by working on themselves, right? Using amazing products to get results that they're looking for and make some extra income. So that's who I am. And thank you so much for joining my live on this morning. But I just want you guys to understand that we got to stop being stagnant and stop being stuck, right? Where we are, and move our feet. It's time to move our feet and know that our children are watching. Know that our children are watching. Yes. Well, I am here to supply everything that I need, that I have to help those to be able to thrive. So if you want to know more about everything that I do, you can go click the link in my bio on this list of things that I do. And I would love to help you if you need some help in those areas. All right, you guys. So I just want you guys to know that now is the time for you guys to move forward, to stop sitting still and move forward, because somebody is waiting on what God has placed in your hands, right, to do what he's called you to do, because their purpose is tied to your purpose. And when I first got started in personal growth and development, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that like my actions is tied to other people's purpose, because God has given us all unique purposes. Just like we all have a unique thumbprint, right? We all have a unique thumbprint. Nobody else's thumbprint is going to be like ours. And so our purpose is the same way. We all have a unique purpose. Now, you might have people that have their purpose in the same area as you, but they're not going to do theirs like you do yours. I'm in the healing space. I help women to heal from trauma. There's lots of people in this day and time that's helping people to heal from trauma, but they're not going to do it the way Cheryl Mazik was created to do it. God is not going to give them exactly what it is that he gave me to do, how to do it. He's going to give them a different, unique way to do it. But this is something else that I know as well. Like if God has been pressing something on your heart, and if you don't do it, and if you don't do it when he tell you to do it, he will take that assignment from you. He will give it to somebody else that's willing to do it, that's willing to get uncomfortable, that's willing to say, okay, I surrender to you, God. I trust you, God. I'm going to do what you've told me to do. Have you ever seen somebody create something that you was like, I thought about doing that, but you didn't do it? They did it. God will move that thing around. And guess what? You'll miss the blessings that's tied to that assignment. You'll miss the monetary blessings that's tied to that assignment. You will miss the destiny helper blessings that was tied to that assignment because you didn't want to move your feet, because of procrastination, because of fear, because of the opinions of other people. Now is the time to let those things go and to move when God tells you to move. All right. So I hope this word inspired you in some way, shape, or fashion. If it did inspire you, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. If you're just now hopping onto this live and you like, I like what she was saying, I want to hear more of that. This live will be recorded in my as a replay in on my YouTube channel. If you're following me on Facebook, you can always get the link as I post the link in my stories for you to watch the replay, or you can go to my YouTube channel. It's listed on the link in my bio where it says the She Healed to Live podcast. That is going to take you to my YouTube where you can watch all of the replays from the morning pour. But I want you guys to understand that there are people out here that want you to win. Not everybody trying to pull you down. Not everybody have ill intent. Some people truly want you to win, and I'm just one of those people. I want everybody that I come in contact with to win, to move forward, to operate in what God has called them to operate in. And so the only thing that happens is sometimes we hold our own self back with self-sabotage. Like we hold our own self back. Sometimes we don't think that we're good enough to do what God has called us to do. Sometimes we think that, that somebody else should be doing that, but God called you to do it. So stop thinking that you're not good enough, because you are. You were created for greatness. You were created to do whatever it is that God has called you to do. So I want you guys to do that thing and walk in that thing and know that you do have supporters. If you don't personally know those supporters, guess what? You got one right here. I will support you in what you do. I just got to know what you do. If I don't personally know you. Anybody that's in my business, that's on my team, that's in my community, they know that I am an avid supporter. I'm an avid encourager. I help, I train, I inspire people to go out there and do what God has called them to do. And I don't look at it as competition. You want to know why? Because what God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. It's for you. God didn't create us to just be stuck in day in and day out. And I'm always say this, I don't knock jobs, y'all. Jobs are necessary. But I don't believe that my creator created me just to go to work to pay bills. I do not believe that. But hey, sometimes you have to use that job, right, to build the thing that God has given you to build. It's a resource that God is giving you. Don't take the resource lightly. Use it to do what God has called you to do. But don't stay stuck there. If you know deep down in your heart that, hey, I don't don't think this is where I'm supposed to be at for the rest of my life, then you're not supposed to be in that place for the rest of your life. There is so much out here in the world. Like, God created a world for us to see, for us to experience, for us to enjoy. Go travel. If you don't have the resources to go out of state, get out your town. Go to another town. Go somewhere else to make you dream bigger. Go on the other side of town that may have bigger houses that you're inspired to have. Go put some vision in your life. Go dreamcast. Go get in a vehicle that you desire to drive. And it's not saying that you're tricking your mind, but you want to be able to see something tangibly before it actually manifests in your life. But you got to believe it. You got to have faith. You got to trust in God, and you got to get to work. Because it's not going to happen if you don't move your feet. Remember, God is not a magician. He's not just going, every time you snap your fingers, God, I need this. God, I need that. No. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. You have to do your part. Faith without works is dead. All right? So that's what I got for you guys this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed Morning Pour on this morning. I will be back tomorrow, same place, same time, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook and on TikTok. If you are not following me, make sure you follow me on the platform that you're watching me on. You can also follow me on the following platform, right? So if you're watching me on Facebook, come follow me on TikTok. I need a couple of more followers to get to my goal, right? It's Ladies of Faith Over Fear on TikTok. And if you're following me on TikTok, you're not following me on Facebook, it's Cheryl, Cheryl, Mazique, Mazique, on Facebook. And all of the ways to connect with me is either on the link that's above the video after I finish the video, or click the link in my bio. All right. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day on purpose. And remember, the more of the story today is start where you are. Start where you are. Don't overthink it. Just start where you are. Set your week up for success to just start where you are. Write out 2 things that you need to get done today and do those 2 things. Do the same thing tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And then evaluate what you were able to do this week going into the following week and see if it worked. And if it worked, continue to do the same thing. If it didn't work, pivot. All right? Have an amazing day, you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.